Previously on Layover Adventures. My first stop was Chicago, then stayed in Post Falls for a conference, stopped by in Spokane, and took a red-eye flight back to Chicago.
We also have several other cars that may...
As we arrived in Chicago, the sun started rising. Since I was heading back towards the East Coast, the time zone difference took away some hours, but the sunrise was definitely worth it. I only had a couple of hours to kill in Chicago this time, so I just wandered around and grabbed some bites. There was a bird stuck inside, which was sad to watch. I finally hopped onto my next flight, which was headed to Toronto. I think we were passing by one of the Great Lakes, and the view was amazing. I finally landed in Toronto, which would be the last city to explore before heading home. I had about 10-hour long layover, and my friend from Toronto kindly offered to give me a short tour. She was dedicated not to waste a single minute of it, so we ended up visiting 6 different places. Our first stop was Centennial Park Conservatory. It's been a while since I've visited any botanical gardens, so it was nice to smell some flowers. Oh, and the admission was free too. Next up, my friend took me to her favorite Vietnamese restaurant. The food was really great. Then we grabbed some bubble teas as dessert and headed to my friend's place. After about an hour of rest, we headed out again to visit a Buddhist temple. By the time we arrived, it was closed, but we got to light up some incense and pray.
That one is for money god.
Okay.
That one is family god.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
It was quite different from Korean Buddhist temples, but still had the same overall organization and soothing vibe, which I very much enjoyed. Since we had enough of calmness, we headed downtown, in which a night market was held. We got to try a variety of foods, which were all great. With very full stomachs, she drove me back to the airport, and the weather stayed nice the entire time. Back to the airport. And by the time we arrived, it started raining hard. And once again, I hopped off the plane using a ramp, not a jet bridge, because the airport is a tiny one. And it was raining really hard. I got my suitcase and took a taxi home.
وين انت؟ وانت عمول لك انا عن ماكدونالدز يعني لا اما بيطلع لي واحد لا ما بيطلع لي يلا كل عارف دول.
I finally made it home and had a good night's sleep after long adventures, and I'll see you again soon.